Hi ladies, it's Kels here again. Today's video is going to be a video on how to get a job at M.A.C. So if you guys don't already know, I do work at M.A.C. and I just wanted to come here and give you guys some tips and my experience with the interview process and stuff. Because while I was applying for this job, I was looking on YouTube as a result of finding information rather than reading. I did have to read some things on their website, but for the most part I did get stuff from YouTube and social media, stuff like what to wear, what to do, what to say, how to answer certain questions, what questions they're gonna ask, and all these stuff. So we're going to break it down into little sections. I have two experiences with applying for a job at M.A.C. But I'm going to give you the previous one that I was successful with. If you do want the first one, I could tell you that story as well in the next video. But for now, I'm going to stick to the positive one where I did get the job. So if you want to hear all my story and everything that I went through, continue watching, guys. So first, I did apply online. In my experience, I know you can apply online or you could hand your CV in store. But for me, I did apply online. So you apply online. I'll leave the link in the description box of where to go to apply. Then they'll send you an email saying, oh, thank you for applying for M.A.C. As you guys know, M.A.C. is a part of Estee Lauder. So the thing might say Estee Lauder. So you create your profile, you answer a little questionnaire, and then you go on to a interview. So if you do get picked for the interview, I'm not sure if it does little shortlisting, but I did get emails saying I have to do a online video interview. So what that basically means was I've got to, when I'm ready, when I get everything, all my information ready, I sit in front of a computer with a webcam and you just record yourself answering the interview questions. So it's just instead of the phone interview, they're doing the video interview just so they can see who's applying, and get a feel for you. So you have 5 questions. You can call it 4 because the last question is about your availability and stuff. So you can call it 4 questions. So they'll ask you a couple of questions. You then read the side. It's the questions on one side, and you read that, and they give you, I think it's 50 seconds or a minute. I think it's a minute to answer your questions. So you read, you prepare what your answer, and then you press record, and then you say your answer in the camera. So it's just like doing a YouTube video, but you're just reading your own questions. Okay, so after the interview is done, it's really quick. It's 5 minutes for the online interview. After that, they'll say someone's going to contact you from Estee Lauder. I got a phone call from the manager saying I should come in for an interview. I did miss the call, but she left a voicemail. So I was super duper gassed, you guys, you don't understand. I was so gassed. I was jumping. I was doing the most. Then I composed myself and I gave her a call back. And then she arranged the interviews, a face-to-face interview, so me and her could have a little chat. So that was the interview was on 2 days after the phone call. So I went in. So you guys, you have to wear all black, just look, stylish. It's just you're not gonna wear you're not gonna be all suited and booted. You're just gonna be say if you're working for a fashion, a retail store, because it is retail. So it's going to work at River Island Topshop, but you're just wearing all black. I'll give you little tips on what you could wear at the end, but yeah. So I went in for the interview. There was 2 ladies there. So my store manager and I think she's an area manager. So she's my boss's boss. Do you get it? So they're both there. They're lovely, lovely ladies. So they asked me a few questions. Was telling them about it. Some of the questions are retail based. What have you done before? What sort of makeup did you do before this? And I heard that you don't have to have, a whole degree in freaking makeup or, you know, the fancy shit. You don't need that. You can just have, you could be self-taught makeup artist like I am. I'm self-taught. I watch YouTube videos and I learned from that. So yeah, you could do that. So I'm babbling on. So I went in for the interview now, and they're just asking me like the retail question, as I said before. So what, I think, was it, what made me want to apply? I don't know. But just typical interview questions, and what do I expect, sort of thing, or what do I think the job is? You know, I don't know how to put it. It's like, what do you think a day in the job is going to be like? Stuff like that. So yeah, so at the interview, after we've like spoken everything, they told me right there and then that, oh, they're inviting me for the trade test. So basically what the trade test is, when you have to bring a model in, bring a set of brushes, and you have, I think it's like 30 minutes. So in my 30 minutes, it was broken up in 2 parts. 15 minutes for doing skin, and then the next 15 minutes for a winged liner. But so I went away from the first interview feeling really, really good. Then it was like a couple days after, probably like 3 days after, I had my trade test. I had to go to a different location for this test, and it was with a different lady. She was a really lovely lady. So I met up with her, I brought my model, I brought my brushes. I was really, really prepared for this interview. So I was just like browsing around the store just to find out where everything is, because as I said before, you have 30 minutes to do everything. So I was trying to like get familiar with the whole store. So yeah, so I know where everything was. So in case they said, oh, you have skin, in case they said you got eyes, in case they said you have lips, I know exactly where to go and what products to pull. And with M.A.C, you have to find out, like, for like a trade test, you have to find out what your customer wants first. Make sure you ask them questions. Make sure you find out what exactly they want. And this stage is called like the discovery stage. So you're just finding out, oh, I'm just spitting. You're just finding out from your customers what exactly they want, what sort of skin type they have. For me, I had to do skin first. So I was asking my client what sort of, you just have to act like you don't know the person that you brought in. I'm just treating them as a customer that you actually don't know. So I was asking her about her skin type. Is she allergic to anything? Is it okay for me to put my hands on her face? And as you're doing the makeup, you just talk them through it. Whatever you're using, you do tell them. You have to show them and teach them. Hand the customer a mirror so they can see what you're doing. So while you're doing the makeup, you're actually teaching them as well. So you just go through everything. If you know what like is in the foundation, you say, okay, the foundation has this, this, and that. It's good for this, this, and that. But obviously, if it's your first time at M.A.C using a product or whatever, you don't have to really know everything, because you learn as you go. Because I didn't know every single thing, but I am learning as I go. So yeah, that was it. So I done my girl's makeup in the 15 minutes first, and then I had to do a wing liner. So I done that. At the end, they gave me like a little feedback, and they said, okay, cool, you can go. Went home. While I was on the bus, I got a call. So I wasn't sure what number it was. I got a call from my manager, and she's told me that I literally got the job. I was like super duper excited. At the end of the trade test, the lady told me I could hear from someone like the following Monday, and that's like a couple days after the day that I went for the interview. So I was expecting to get a call a couple days after, you know. I wasn't expecting it so quick. But literally, when I got on the bus, it was like literally like 15-30 minutes after, and I got a call, and she's like, oh my gosh, you got the job. Well, she didn't say oh my gosh. She's like, well, at least you got the job, da da da. I was trying to compose myself. I wanted to fall out my seat, you guys. Like, I wanted to fall out my chair. I was so gassed. But yeah, so now I'm just going to go through, now that I went through my interview process and whatever with you guys, I'm just going to tell you guys some of the facts about M.A.C, which you can state in like your interview. If they do ask you on the face-to-face interview or on the computer interview. So I'm just going to go through that now and let you guys know what you could say and, you know, like a bit of facts. So I legit have this written down on my phone since like 3 years ago, you guys, when I first applied for MAC. So it's all here in my phone, in my notes. So the first thing I got jotted down is the meaning of MAC. So some people don't know the meaning of MAC. If they do ask you, you know it stands for Makeup Art Cosmetics. So if they do ask you that, you know it. So it was founded in 1984 by Frank Tuscan and Frank Angelo. These are the two founders of MAC. MAC was made in Canada, so it first started off in Canada, Toronto, Canada. So that's good for you to know as well, in case they ask, you know a bit about the company. So in 1995, Estée Lauder purchased a percentage of MAC, and in 1998, they bought the remainings of the, you know, company. So it's super important to know what MAC's vision is, and I've got it written down here. So MAC's vision is to become the leading professional makeup authority amongst both professional makeup artists and consumers, while supporting the credo, all ages, all races, all sexes. So now I think they changed it to all ages, all races, all genders. So it's more of a broad spectrum. But just read up on that some more. Everything you can find on the MAC's website. They did update it, I was told. So MAC is just here to serve everybody, no matter their race, no matter their age, no matter their sex, no matter their gender, everything. Like, everyone is welcome at MAC, and you can always find something to match your skin tone. So just know that about the company, so if they do ask, at least you know that that's what they stand for and that's their vision. A really important part that you really do need to remember as well is MAC's charities. So they do MAC's AIDS Fund, which helps men, women and kids with HIV and AIDS, and they stand by this so much. This is their heart and soul. MAC stands up for this. Like, it's very important to them, so it's very important that you know this about the company that you're applying for. Some of the charities include Viva Glam. I'm sure you guys heard about Viva Glam. So Viva Glam is gonna help everyone with HIV and AIDS, so everyone, men, women, children, everybody, it's gonna help. So what Viva Glam is, they have like a number of lipsticks that they do sell, and all the money, everything that they make from selling a Viva Glam lipstick, that goes into the AIDS Fund. So that helps everyone with HIV. They keep nothing from it. They give everything to this, you know, this charity. They give everything to it. They also do Kids Helping Kids. So in winter and Christmas holidays, Kids Helping Kids, they do like little cards where they sell, like the kids make little cards and then they sell them on to, you know, people, and like, it's just like a little fundraiser thing. They also have their recycling program, which is called Back to MAC. If you guys don't know about Back to MAC, it is like you bring 6 empty like tubes, 6 empty compacts, whatever it is that you bought from MAC, apart from like the pencils that you can sharpen, and so any glass, plastic, anything in a container sort of thing, you can bring it back. So you can bring 6 of those and you get a free lipstick when you do. So it's that's just the recycling program. It helps, you know, the environment. It helps you as well because you do get a free lipstick. So you can't really go wrong with that. So just to touch a bit more on the MAC's history and the founders and stuff. So I've got here Frank Tuscan. He was a makeup artist and a photographer. And Frank Angelo, he was a salon owner. So they both came together. They both mixed up their little ingredients in the kitchen because they weren't happy with the picture quality when they do like take makeup pictures and stuff. So they did just cook up something themselves, just so they can be happy with the outcome of the pictures and the outcome of the look in general. So they just came up with their company that way. And they sold the makeup in the salon. So in 1994, that's when the AIDS Fund was born. That's when they just came out with the AIDS Fund. So that's a good tip to know, like, know your dates, know who's who, know everything about the company. You have to just absorb everything. All I can say is just research. They have every single thing on their website that you can think of. Everything, their history, everything that you need to know. just working in there is just like amazing. I must tell you that I am so happy with my job. This has been a job that I wanted for the past 3 years. Like, it's been a dream job of mine. If this is what you really want, you guys, I say go for it. Make sure you're confident. Make sure, you know, don't even worry about you not really knowing how to do makeup. You can learn. All of this you can learn. But what you do need to know and what you do need to have is great customer service skills, know how to approach customers, know how to speak to people. If you're not a people's person, then this job is not for you, unfortunately, because you have to deal with customers. You're all up in people's face all the time. So just have a little, you know, people skills in you, and yeah, just be friendly with your customers. And the main thing is to just find out from customers what they actually want and just execute that on them. Or yeah, it's just like that. And while you're doing the makeup, you just teach them along the way. Customer service to MAC is super important. So don't even think about artistry. Like, that's the last thing they're thinking about. The main focus is knowing how to deal with people, how to deal with customers, making your customers feel welcome at all times, making sure that every customer is happy when they leave. It's also good to know about some of the products that MAC carries. Some of the best sellers. They might ask you about that. I'm not sure if they're going to do that, but they might ask you, so it's best for you to, you know, a little bit about some products. They'll probably ask you, what's your favorite MAC item? What's your favorite MAC product? Just pick something from the line. For me, my favorite MAC product is the charge water. I love a charge water. It just refreshes my skin, makes me have like a really nice dew, like a glow. Everything about charge water is just life. And I love strobe cream because that's just amazing. So you can just go in the store. If you're not sure about the products that they do, just go in the store, have a little read, have a little test, have a little play around with the products, and get familiarized with everything. It's also good to like go into the stores and talk to the people around, and just finding out from them, like, how was it when you applied for the job and whatever, because everyone's experience is going to be different. Because I watch a whole bunch of videos and my experience wasn't the same as the girl next door, you know. Everyone's different. Everyone that's going to interview you is going to be different, and depending on the time when they're hiring or whatever, or the time that you applied, they probably just want one person, and then like 10 people applied, and then it's just like you have no, I don't know, let's not say you have no chance, but it's like a, I don't know, it's just like you have less of a chance of getting. So you have to just make sure you're the one that stands out, you're the one that's pushing through, you're the one that knows everything, you're the one that's customer driven and just motivated. Just act like you're confident, honey. Like, act like you know what you're talking about. Yeah, so, but I feel like for me working there now, I feel like if you don't really know how to apply makeup, it is gonna show. So it doesn't make sense lying that you know all this stuff, you know how to do a full contour, you know how to do everything, you have this amount of clients, whatever. I think like it will show that you probably just don't lie about it. Just be honest, straight up. As I said before, customer service is the main thing, so make sure you know how to deal with the customer. If you don't know how to do makeup that well, just don't push it forward like, oh, I know how to do a full beat, I know how to do this, that. Because along the way, you are going to learn so many things working at the company. You have a whole broad spectrum of what you can learn. Every single day I'm learning. It's just a really, really nice place to work, and I am completely happy with my job. I'm gassed, okay? So yeah, I'm trying to think what else I left off. But if I did leave off anything, you guys are free to leave questions in the comment section. I will get back to you. Follow me on Snapchat. It's Kel's Beauty. I'm always there. You guys can talk to me. My Snap's open, so we can have a full-blown conversation, honeys. Yeah, so don't feel free. Please do feel free to ask me any question, because I know at the time I wanted to ask a whole bunch of questions to these YouTubers and stuff and people that already had the job. But I was a bit scared, and when I do, you know, just feel free to ask me. That's honestly, just ask me anything you want to know. I'll tell you. If I don't know, I'll try to find out for you and let you guys know. But yeah, that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do want to hear the story about the time that I didn't get the job, leave a comment down below, and make sure you guys don't forget to thumbs this video up if you do enjoy it, if you do like it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.